So, Dan, why did you write the Not For You book? And then once you wrote it, why did you publish it? What did you have in mind? I've thought an awful lot about that, why I wrote the book, and then, of course, why I published it. I wrote the book just because I felt this urge. I had all these snippets of thoughts, dreams, feelings uh, before Carla died, and then after she died, and I kept on recording my conversations with her headstone, what I came to call the Carla in me. And I had all these pieces. I had all the artifacts, notes, everything. And at some point, I think it was in late April or early May, a year and a half after she died, I just got up one morning and started writing, and it just poured out of me. It felt good. I cried a lot as I relived the experiences, and it just felt like the right thing. I don't know how to explain it. And I began to enjoy not the experience, obviously, but I enjoy playing with the words and playing with the timings, going back in time, forward in time, because that's how I experienced it as well. I didn't experience it as this linear script or plot. Things happened back and forth, and I remembered things that happened years before. And the timing of the book, I think, reflects that. Then publishing it is a little more complicated because, I wrote the book for me, and it did help me incorporate my grief into who I am as a person, not as something that I kept on trying to push out, but as part of my identity. I am Dan without an arm. I am Dan without Carla. I am Dan without I have an arm. But that was the feeling. And then publishing it, it's like, what changes about any experience when you tell someone else about that experience? Something about it changes, and it's still a little bit of a puzzle to me. But when you tell someone else that you saw a beautiful sunset, it changes that experience in some important way. I have a lot of thoughts about it since then, and maybe we can talk about it some other time. But imagine talking to yourself in the mirror, and it's different from just thinking thoughts to yourself out loud, even though you know that's you, and you're not saying anything that you don't say to yourself. So I published it, I think, to be known. I think that's the bottom line for me. I wanted that experience to be known by other people, especially people I care about.